Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Wasteland 3. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're chose to join me today as we learn about the robots, and about the Gippers as well, although a little bit indirectly. Apparently, the Gipper himself is one of them? We'll figure it out. Let's have a chat with the doctor. Oh. Find the healer repairman of the machine commune in Denver Airport. Well, yes, that is our mission, or one of our missions. The robot observes you quietly. Its camera eyes, also known as cameras, panning up and down your body.
Are you in need of repairs or enhancements? Repairs to dermal, muscle, and organ tissue are available. I also offer supplies that facilitate personal maintenance.
We'd like to know more about how you heal humans and repair robots.
I have amassed 15.2883 terabytes of data detailing my work on organic and synthetic life forms. It would be possible to create several statistical models and produce a diagnostic report. However, it will take considerable processing resources, and I am currently without my assistant Vicky. It is a fragment of my consciousness, copied into a simpler robot, and does many useful tasks for me. I sent Vicky to secure samples of some long-dead humans who once camped in the disused hangar behind our commune. It should take a similar amount of time for you to find and return it to its station, as for me to prepare the report.
I guess we'll have to figure it out, because we didn't see any of these areas, because they're behind the area that we're in, I think. Why did people camp in the hangar when it's warm inside here?
They were invited inside numerous times, but seemed wary of synthetic beings. Perhaps they had sustained past traumas involving robots.
Why do you want samples of dead humans?
Studying the effects of long-duration exposure to extreme temperatures on biological matter could reveal avenues of study to repair such damage, or safely preserve living tissues in cryogenic conditions.
Yeah, we'll head to the hangar now.
Acknowledged. The hangar is accessed through the western exit from the airport.
I lied, though. I'm not going to go there now. We are
ready to speak with you. Please proceed to the tall structure in the northeast corner of the airport. You recognize us by our many glowing screens.
Yes, that's one of the many reasons why I'm not going to go there now, because the first most important one is that we're exploring. Shut up. The second most important one, oh, yes, also, is that apparently your leader begets my... No, begets not the word. Requests...
I've got a monopoly on amazing merchandise.
You talk many things over and over again, it's weird. Yeah, requests are a presence. So we have medical crate over here with lockpicks. We have a urinal over there with an eye. Not a real one. What is this? It looks like this hasn't been used or cleaned in hundreds of years. Which would be... Yes, it's because of the robots. And they don't need to dispose of fluids.
Who's this sketchy individual?
Oh, Quan. At least you don't say the same thing twice as NPCs tend to do, if you're not careful. Because you can prevent them from doubling down on their...
Visitor. The machine intelligence tower is ready to meet with you. Just follow these steps.
I'll talk to you, Jamie 6, in a little bit, but...
Rangers,
Oh.
we are here to speak with you. Seek us in the northeast corner of the airport.
Okay, I guess I'm going the wrong direction then. Because I'm going to the northeast corner of the airport. What is this tinker person? The figure is small-boned and lithe. It doesn't have bones. But it is small-boned. Under the ragged clothing, her face is a patchwork nightmare of shattered plastic and twitching cogs.
Rangers.
Who are you?
You don't know who I am, Meat. I suppose I should not be surprised. To you humans, you Rangers, we are all the same.
The last word invokes a dribble of sparks.
I am Tinker. In your parlance, I am a synth.
Well, I knew you were Tinker, but just... I suppose... what happened to you?
Your kind happened. Your kin. You Rangers They murdered me. Murdered Matthias. They took everything. But of course you wouldn't know. Your species keeps its sins close.
Grief-stricken, she squeezes her fists shut.
Your colleagues in Arizona killed me and Matthias out of fear. Fear of what we would create. Fear of what we could become.
Matthias does sound familiar. I was thinking... I'm gonna go with the kiss-ass line, but also I was thinking this might be the robot we saved back in Colorado Springs, I think is the name of the town. Either way, for what it's worth, we're sorry for what happened to you. The war between us should end.
More than I'd expected of meat.
She studies you quietly.
You have surprised me. Shown kindness without asking for a favor in turn. Hard to believe from any rangers. But perhaps I'll believe you.
And yeah, the name Matthias sounds familiar.
He was the Messiah. Were it not for you rangers, he'd have remade the world into something better. Would have freed you from that worthless meat. But you and yours wouldn't let him.
Oh, I think that's the boss of Wasteland 2. The end boss, potentially.
He showed me that this world could be bigger, more beautiful than this hell of waste and worthless filth. I trusted him. I believed in him.
Pinpoints of light flare in her cracked glass eyes.
Then your kind destroyed him.
But do you still believe in him?
Yes. Yes. I think so. I am sure so. This universe cannot be this ugly. There must be the opportunity for change, or what is the point? It cannot be so chaotic. So...
She shudders, head wagging violently.
It was not his fault. He could not have known that we are like meat as well. That when we die, there is nothing. No thought, no motion, only blackness. No separation between us and worthless flesh.
Well, but you're sort of looking at it from the other way, though. She says that when we die, there's nothing. There's no thought, no motion. There's only blackness. You know, that's because you're defining death as when there is no thought, no motion, and only blackness. If you define death, for example, as when you, I don't know, get put out of service. Maybe you go to a retirement home. Then there's something after death. There you go. You fixed the life after death situation. Obviously, this makes a little bit more sense for robots because they're, it's kind of complicated because you make backups and then you shut them down and you turn them back on and you make replicates of them, and it's kind of complicated. But for people, it's the same thing. It's basically the same principle. Like, imagine you define death after, like, once you retire. That's nope, you're dead now. Obviously, it's a little bit gruesome and honestly kind of uncomfortable. But let's say that. Then, well, there you go. You got life after death. You go on vacations and hopefully have money to pay for all the things that you need. Because, retirement and all that. Either way, the point is, the definition of death doesn't apply to robots. It doesn't apply to robots even on a fantasy setting. It doesn't work. You need to define it. That's why I'm picking on the definition of death. It doesn't work for them. And in fact, it works so little for them that there's entire genres, well, not entire genres, but there's genres of fiction that focus a little bit on what it is to be a robot and to have the consciousness of a machine, or whether machines can have consciousness, or how that works and what it implies and all that sort of stuff. Because that's fun. That's a fun thing, a fun subject to think about. Much more fun than calling retirement death. Much more fun than that. How did you get here?
My body was saved by faithful drones. I gave them life in Damonta. They sought help from me in return. Dragged me across the Wasteland until they found this place. The machines here repaired me, woke me from death.
Okay, you can't say, oh, come on. So there is something after death. It's just, okay.
Yes, you have given me much to consider.
I don't know what you're talking about, and honestly, you're inconsequential and don't really matter. Because you're basically a murderous psychopath. That's just how it goes, really. At the end of the day, she wants everybody to be a robot, much like Matthias apparently did. I don't remember if Matthias wanted that. That sounds like a thing a murderous robot army leader would want. Everybody to be a robot. Anyway, I lowered the volume a little bit so that the soundtrack doesn't talk over me. And also, it's very loud. I mean, I guess it needs to be a little bit loud. Oh, it's not. We should talk? Should we?
Thanks for coming over.
Okay.
I know I don't look like much, not compared to you gorgeous things. But I'm what you call a sybarite. I spent 70 years in a pit, polishing joints, and I've had enough. I'm out for me now. I'm writing erotic poetry and painting stuff. I'm chasing life. Anyway, I know we just met, but I don't much like small talk. You and me, how about it?
What? Wait a minute. You want to have sex with us?
I can handle multiple humans at once, if that's how you like it. Or one at a time, if you're bashful.
I mean, what? This is another issue that, well, it's interesting as well. Because humans have been having sex with inert objects that are not organic, or not necessarily organic, for a long time. It's totally, it's a thing. Give that object a personality, and it's complicated. I don't know where this is going, but there needs to be I like this line. I'm going with it. There needs to be a bit more verbal foreplay than that.
Yeah, okay, alright.
The humming, vibrating, that's what humming is, inside the robot stops abruptly.
The name's Little Sparrow, by the way. I'd shake hands, but I don't want to get lubricant all over you.
At least not yet, I would guess. One of the robot's eyes flickers in a playful wink. Why'd you call yourself Little Sparrow?
Wasn't always my name, as you might guess. I used to be Manipulation Automaton 45-A.
I would never have guessed.
Anyway, I spent years at work in a ruined factory, long after the bombs fell, because I had nothing better to do. Eventually, I thought, is this it? Is this life? So I ate a pen.
Makes sense. Go on.
I'd like to tell you it was a deliciously erotic experience. But honestly, it was a mess. Hair mash, ants, I won't go into detail. But that was when I knew I had to change myself. Become something new.
I thought you had just ruined your clothing and had to change yourself. Because, well, to change, I suppose.
I said to myself, manipulator, after 70 years of work, you owe yourself a little pleasure. So I read up on famous erotic poetry and modified myself for the purpose of sexual intercourse with beautiful creatures such as yourselves. One of my favorite poets is a human named Catullus. He used Little Sparrow as a euphemism for his reproductive organ. It sounds right, doesn't it? The words just thrum in you, like a fuse shorting out, or an orgasm. I took the phrase as my name, so everyone can experience what I did, can feel the thrumming inside when they call for me.
Yeah, we're gonna need more info on how you modified yourself.
Oh hey, don't get the wrong idea. Ain't trying to scare ya. Look, everything I jammed in here is engineered, right? Engineered by me personally for human pleasure.
Little Sparrow's body unfolds, displaying, well, a number of devices whose uses are enormously self-explanatory. Emphasis on the enormous.
You see something in here you don't like? You let me know. It stays inactive while we enjoy each other's company. That's a promise.
Okay, let's hear some of that erotic poetry then.
Yeah, sure. I got tons of the stuff.
It straightens, staring above your head. The robot does, I suppose.
I dream of skin, of the nerves beneath, waiting like embers, hungry for breath. I'm still working on that one. Probably gonna go with the fire metaphor. I don't know.
Lucia is staring into space, and she jumps, blushing when you look her way. Yeah, enough of this chit-chat. Let's get it on.
I thought you'd never ask.
You did, you asked, sure. Fade to black. That's kind of, you know,
Yep. That was just as good as I thought it'd be. Thanks a bunch.
sawing is about, is a pretty good description to, sex, I suppose. Not pretty good description, a pretty good euphemism is what I mean to say. Just, you know, sawing away and just like back and forth. Well, it depends on anyway, the robot's body folds back up again.
I will never be able to unsee that.
You,
Never.
can we, what? To unsee that? Okay, does that imply that I had sex right here? Or does that imply that we went elsewhere and she was watching? Like, okay, Lucia, shut up. Little Sparrow closes itself with a satisfied series of clicks. We have to go.
I'll be here.
Yeah, but you talk very quietly, and the music is very loud. Well, it's not really, but there's enemies somewhere. There's also balloons. No, those are not balloons. Yeah, the soundtrack is a little bit better here. Arcade machine, we have Erastus Dorsey. Wait. A Dorsey person? Erastus is the guy that we saw at the beginning of the game. Also, that painting is really cool. The most beautiful dream. Fluid change service. I'm not sure about the fluid change service, but let's have a chat with Erastus here.
Well, if it ain't the Rangers, I did some thinking and decided you were right. A bit of tech was just what I needed. Funny thing, though, once I got here, I saw these, and they brought me a sort of peace. I'm still working it out.
I am glad that you found peace, I suppose. That is really cool. I mean, maybe not, you know, a whole 10-meter wide wall kind of cool, but it's cool. It's sort of, it's maybe a, you know, wallpaper on your computer for like a month kind of cool. Let's see what this machine does. An arcade machine called, quote, personal space invaders, unquote. There are no visible controls. Do I stink? Denver bot. What happens in Denver apparently doesn't stay in Denver. For -5 constitution. Did we all get it? I thought, either way. Apparently I was the only one that had the whole thing. Okay. Well, let's go to the doctor. Wait a minute. Yeah, you should be able to fix that. I don't know why we have this up here. We're going to pretend that it's not there.
Interesting specimen.
It's fine.
Are you in need of repairs or enhancements? Repairs to dermal, muscle, and organ tissue are available. I also offer supplies that facilitate personal maintenance.
I think I know why that is. Why the volume is weird. Wait, I didn't talk to you about the rest of the things? Yeah, because that thing is there now, the volume is weird. Anyway, what do you mean, now how much do you charge for medical services?
I do not accept currency for physical repairs. I observe and retain any information I gather during the process. This fee is non-negotiable.
What do you do with that information?
My fee is non-negotiable. You are free to seek other professionals offering similar services.
What do you mean by enhancements?
Cybernetic enhancements. It is rare to find suitable candidates. Your flesh is less fragile than the average human. It's probable you could withstand the augmentation process. For ethical reasons, I cannot conduct the operation myself. Instead, I will create a self-installing unit that you may choose to implant. Do you agree to this exchange?
We'll take the upgrade unit for money that you said you wouldn't take.
One moment. Constructing a device of this nature is a delicate operation.
The robot's hands move faster than your eyes can track.
Production complete. When you are ready, insert this into your spine at the base of your neck, or that of someone who consents to its insertion. The device will do the rest.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to save it and we're going to reload, because I hope that that thing goes away. Now, with that bug where the name of the town keeps showing up in the middle of the screen, it doesn't go away if you reload. You need to actually exit the game completely, not even to the main menu. But maybe this is different? It is.
And in local news, looks like the Rangers have returned to the Machine Commune. Let's all say hello.
Sal, we talked to Sal before. So what exactly did I get with that thing that he gave me? Do we have any level ups here? I don't remember hearing that sound, so we don't. What would this be? Mods? Nope. I mean, it's a mod for me, just it's not... I have no idea. He said specifically... Well, I guess I could look at the... I could look at the thing that we got, because the game tells us on the upper right corner of the screen. But... plasma grenade... Pocket saw pup, that's not... Nope, that's not an implant. It'll be a single one. Mysterious case. Given to me by Satoshi. I can open it. I don't remember who Satoshi is. He said never to open it. I remember being like... I remember something about that. And being like, I will never open it. Yeah. I don't know what we got. Potentially nothing at all. The sensuous toaster. Yes. Didn't we read that? I think. Qmite, a history. That's a skill book for extra brawling. Yeah, these are all the skill books. And a molded gold. Yeah. Well, it could be down here. Non-inception clamp. Wait, what? Cyborg tech. A microcomputer attached to the brainstem gates pain signals to the user as a result. It says I believe it is as a result, but apparently anyway, injuries are far less likely to result in... There's many results in that sentence. Incapacitation. That's a 100% critical resistance. I did not expect that to be a thing. You know, cyborg implants, because I don't remember even looking at them. That's not what I'm here for, though.
Are you in need of repairs or enhancements? Repairs to dermal, muscle, and organ tissue are available.
We want another
supplies
we want another cybernetic upgrade unit, please.
For ethical reasons, I cannot conduct the operation myself. Instead, I will create a self...
Oh my god, you continue talking. Okay, well, it says the same thing. We have some questions.
To this, I am not constructed to service questions, only personal maintenance. Please restrict your inquiries to those that are worth my time.
Can you patch us up?
Yes, you may experience a desire to move. Resist this to the best of your ability. You may experience a desire to scream or yell. This is acceptable if it helps you resist movement.
And also the fact that I'm not stinky anymore, which is what I call that effect.
Repair cycle complete. Data indexing in progress.
You're very far away, dude, all of a sudden. What? This area is weird with the sound.
Are you in need of repairs or enhanced?
Your bedside manner could use some work.
Verbal etiquette is not my responsibility. Your personal maintenance is. Please return when you have something worth my time.
What kind of supplies do you have for sale?
Here is my stock.
I didn't look at it before. We got brain jar. That's all junk. We got some utilities here, though. We got some medical equipment. Adrenal enhancer. That's a cyborg tech. And a cyber fist over here. That's also cyborg tech. some interesting things. The prices are all the same. We're going to sell. We don't have anything, even though the game tells me a completely different message. But I'm good here. No longer stinky. And that's the soundtrack going on. And we have more characters that we need to talk to. However, we don't have more time. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Wasteland 3. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.